Welcome back. This session, we're going to examine what marketing research is. We're going to define marketing research, examine the users of it, identify some job titles and skills for doing marketing research, and finally look at the two key approaches to marketing research. In the phrase marketing research is included the term marketing. Well, you all probably know about marketing. It is about catering to the needs of a customer so as to satisfy them and ensure they come back to buy more, and at the same time spreading positive word of mouth. Marketing then is geared towards satisfying customers' needs. Marketers are able to do this by designing the right marketing mix, aimed at the correct customers called the target market. The marketing mix comprises product, price, place, and promotion. And the target market includes customers most predisposed to the offering of the company. Companies typically work within a larger marketing environment, which includes many other forces that are outside the company's control. While the marketing mix is a controllable set of variables for a company, the competitive environment, economic changes, political and legal environment, technological environment, changes in the natural environment, and changes in people's social behaviors are uncontrollable factors. Thus, a marketer typically tries to figure out the right mix of the 4Ps in order to best cater to the customer while keeping in mind the larger macro environment that's out of the company's control. The goal of marketing research then is to link the consumer, customer, and the public to the marketer through identifying and defining marketing opportunities and problems, generating, refining, and evaluating marketing actions, monitoring marketing performance, and lastly, improving understanding of marketing as a process. You can think about marketing research as playing a key role in enabling marketing. Marketers want to take decisions to better cater to the customers. These include product, price, place, and promotion. They have to figure out the feedback they're getting from the larger environment, including uncontrollable factors. At the same time, bear in mind the needs of the company. So marketing research is the area that tries to gather all the data required in order to make to satisfy customers as best as possible using all available information from the uncontrollable environment, consumer groups, as well as keeping in mind the needs of the company. Typically, we see with marketing research, companies try to solve problems regarding segmentation, identifying the right target market. We also see examples of marketing research in product design, where companies are interested in designing a new product, a new packaging, thinking about repositioning a product. We also see marketing research playing a key role in figuring out the optimal price to charge for a product and the nature and type of promotions to offer and put out to customers. Lastly, research can play a role in figuring out how best to distribute the product to the customer. Should it be direct to customer through Amazon, let's say, or through retail stores? Let's take a step back and examine the research industry as a whole. We're seeing over time, as we're seeing with various industries, there's growth. Similarly, we're seeing that in the marketing research industry as well. There was a big jump from 2016 to 2017, and thereafter, sort of like a gradual increase in the dollars spent on marketing research. We know marketing matters, and marketing research enables companies to do better marketing. Quite naturally, it makes sense to see an increase in expenditure on marketing research. Now, much of the spending on marketing research is happening in more of the developed countries. The United States is responsible for the bulk of the spending in marketing research. Now, the industry as such has gone through its ups and downs in terms of employment, but it does employ a large number of people, which to you as a student taking a course in marketing research tells you that there are many opportunities to leverage once you complete this course. The marketing research industry includes areas like media and broadcasting, which includes firms like Nielsen, GroupM, and so on. The pharmaceutical industry, advertising industry, and so on. So we're seeing the bulk of the spending happening in media and broadcasting and the pharmaceutical industries. Now, the big firms in this area are Nielsen and IQVIA. IQVIA is the largest firm in the world in the case for healthcare or pharmaceutical research, followed by Gartner Research, IRI, Concentrix, Ipsos, WeStat, Kantar, and so on and so forth. Some of these firms are full service firms offering many marketing research services, while others offer limited services focusing on specific things like managing data from the cash registers or what is called scanner panel data. Others might be interested or focusing only on web analytics or web research. In terms of the kinds of projects that spending is happening on, we're seeing a lot of spending happening in terms of share. Most of it is happening on in the areas of customer satisfaction and media research. Lastly, based on method, much of the research spend is going towards reporting. And then there's, of course, online quantitative research and so on. If you think about if you look back at the history of spending in marketing research, you'll notice the partitioning of spending across domains or methods is constantly changing. Many years ago, we saw a lot of dollars being spent on face-to-face interviews, ethnographic interviews, and qualitative research. That's kind of taken a backseat of late. We're seeing many more dollars being spent on gathering data, quantitative data, survey-based data. We're seeing a bigger spend on online traffic and web data. We're also seeing a big chunk of dollars being spent on making sense of the data. This includes analyzing and reporting the data in a form that is meaningful to clients and agencies. You'll find a list of comprehensive list of research firms on Quirks in Quirks Magazine's Researchers Sourcebook, if you're interested in looking at those. And of course, there's also the AMA report for the top 50 firms. You can also locate more research firms on Wikipedia. But amongst the big names, the key ones to think about or keep in mind are the big ones are Nielsen, IQVIA, GfK, NPD Group, and so on. As I noted earlier, some of these firms function as full service research firms, while others are limited service in terms of what they accomplish. Then again, there are companies that will take on the research process on their own. They'll decide to do it in-house because they're large enough to afford their own research department. For example, Procter & Gamble, a large consumer goods company, would rather do their research in-house rather than hand it over to an external research company. There are many, here are some of the traditional marketing research job titles. They include labels such as directors and managers, analytically skilled methodologists, which go by labels like statistician, data processing specialist, qualitative specialist. Analyst titles go by labels like senior analyst, junior analyst, and so on. We have other titles like fieldwork director, full-time interviewer, librarian, clerical supervisor, and so on. So these are the kinds of job titles to keep in mind when you're looking for a job in marketing research. Now, things have changed from then to now. And as with everything around us, we're seeing an evolution sometimes in big leaps and bounds. As far as the marketing research world is concerned, we've seen a dramatic change in consumer behavior over time. People are favoring certain kinds of products more than others. There's more, for instance, concern about the environment and the environmental impact of products we buy. We're seeing, as far as data is concerned, a huge movement in the direction of digitization of data. A lot of the data that is being gathered right now is being gathered automatically. Much of it is online. Much of it is enabled by devices that track data automatically. We're seeing much more data being available than before. Not a day goes by when you don't hear the word big data being hurled around, indicating that we have abundant amounts of data available to make sense of and utilize to better understand customers. We also have a diversity of research methods that are disposable thanks to the contributions of disciplines as diverse as math and physics, contributing to an ecosystem of research methods that we can use in the world of market research. We also have more software available beyond just the paid software. There are many open source software available, better hardware. Bottom line, the world of marketing research is changing at a very rapid pace, keeping up with all the other changes around us. Consequently, this course itself is constantly evolving. And what was popular 3 years ago may not be so popular today. We've got to make changes and keep up with the times. As far as jobs are concerned, we're also seeing sort of more innovative names coming about. For example, merely the term analyst isn't as interesting as common, or field interviewer is not a title you see a lot nowadays on Indeed.com, but you might see a title like marketing analyst on there, or even marketing scientist, inspired by the popular title data scientist. Here's another one that's very close to marketing, but doesn't sound so marketing anymore. Sounds more customer oriented, a title like consumer insights specialist. So as you embark on a career, should you decide to in marketing research, you can be thinking about not just the traditional marketing research titles I highlighted earlier, but many of the new terms, new titles like marketing analyst, marketing scientist, and so on. And who knows what new titles you might see going forward. Some key job skills that are expected or required to do well in marketing research include good technical skills. These include being smart with computers, being able to leverage computers effectively to gather, analyze, and report data. To be able to conduct statistical analysis, enabled by computers, of course, and have good quantitative skills. This doesn't mean being a mathematician. It simply means being able to make sense of or interpret data derived from statistical analysis. We also expect marketing researchers to have good managerial skills, be able to be good presenters, be good at writing and working with other people, and working effectively on projects. Now, there are two broad approaches to marketing research. One, that is problem-solving oriented. This is the traditional view of marketing research. That is, that a company conducts marketing research in response to a problem. Let's say a company experiences a decline in sales. That might be a symptom to a product quality problem. They might respond to that by engaging in a research project to uncover the reasons for lower perceptions of product quality. What we're seeing a lot of budget being spent on nowadays is this sense of constant CRM, where a company is trying to figure out constantly how are their customers doing and keeping track of changes as they happen with customers, not waiting for a problem to arise and then engage in a research process, but doing this on a constant basis, tracking customer satisfaction, tracking trends in sales over time, tracking online or social media activity of customers or potential customers. We're going to, in this class, look at both kinds of research. I will be looking at the problem-solving oriented approach for structure, but bear in mind, most firms will be doing marketing research on a constant, on ongoing basis. To sum up then, in this chapter, we defined research. We looked at the uses of research, examined some job titles and skills, the new and the old. And lastly, we examined the two approaches to marketing research.